From the Home Slice News Center, this is the Daily Slice for Monday, May 15th, 2023. I'm Amy Rose, filling in for D. Ray Knight. This is what's going on. Fire crews were called to the Believers Fellowship Church on Old Stone Road in South Sturgis early Saturday morning for a report of the structure showing flames on its northwest side. By the time firefighters arrived, the fire had spread to the attic and roof. Crews spent several hours putting out the flames. No injuries were reported, but the entire roof of the building was destroyed and the structure is expected to be a total loss. The fire's cause is under investigation. The Forest Service is planning some reconstruction projects. Kevin, what kind of changes can we expect?
Amy, the Forest Service is planning a reconstruction project that'll upgrade roads and other infrastructure at Pactola Campground. Now, included are road enhancements, construction, and resurfacing in the campground's Loop B area. Now, this will permit expanded limits and further development for the water framework. Now, the campgrounds are going to be built to accommodate modern recreational vehicles and follow the accessibility standards. Funding for the project coming from the Great American Outdoors Act, which established the National Parks and Public Land Legacy Restoration Fund.
In national and international news, the president of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky, has traveled to the United Kingdom for an important meeting with Prime Minister Rishi Sunak. This comes just days after the UK delivered several Storm Shadow cruise missiles to Ukraine as the country prepares for a major counteroffensive against Russian forces. During their meeting, Zelensky and Sunak will discuss the urgent need for support for Ukraine, and Downing Street has announced that a new package of military aid will be unveiled to the coming hours. This package is set to include hundreds of air defense missiles. Zelensky has been on a tour of Europe to seek the support of Ukraine's allies. He met with Italian Prime Minister and Pope Francis in Rome on Saturday. And on Sunday, he met with German Chancellor Olaf Scholz in Berlin and French President Emmanuel Macron in Paris. The UK is the latest stop on this tour as Ukraine builds momentum in its efforts to defend itself against Russian aggression. President Joe Biden is meeting with congressional leaders this week. Kevin, what will they be discussing?
Well, Amy, they're going to meet tomorrow to discuss the impending debt ceiling deadline, and that could arrive as early as June 1st. According to sources familiar with the negotiations, productive discussions did take place between staff members over the weekend. Some of the areas of common ground were identified, and these include revising the permitting process, rescinding unspent COVID-19 relief funds, and potentially cutting spending.
Cyclone Mocha struck Myanmar on Sunday with wind gusts over 195 miles per hour, prompting the United Nations and other humanitarian organizations to closely monitor the situation. Despite difficulties reaching people due to downed power lines, early reports indicate that the damage from the storm is extensive. Aid groups continue to assess the situation, but the full impact of the cyclone remains unknown. Many feared that the storm would hit Cox's Bazar in Bangladesh, which is home to approximately 1 million members of the Rohingya community in fragile shelters. However, the cyclone made landfall further south near Sitwe, Myanmar. Despite this, a spokesperson for the International Rescue Committee in Bangladesh stated that it was a close call for those living in Cox's Bazar. As the situation continues to unfold, aid organizations remain on high alert, ready to provide assistance and support to those affected by Cyclone Mocha. Your weather forecast from the Home Slice Weather Center: sunny today, high 68, and tonight a low of 39. That was your Daily Slice for Monday the 15th, 2023. The Daily Slice is a production of Home Slice Media Group, hosted by Amy Rose with Kevin Phillips. Executive producer Mark Houston. Engineered by Chris Jaquez. I'm Amy Rose.